And rival William Ruto will now occupy the office right across the present office. And as KTN's Will Kistanyabo reports, this marked another chapter in the tale of Raila Odinga, a man described by critics as a king who never ruled.
Even as Kenyans assembled at the Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani to witness the handing over of power to President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto, work had already begun at what is to be Ruto's office. Workers pulling down the banner that proclaimed thus the Prime Minister's office and converting it to the Deputy President's office. The man who sat here for years sought to jet off to South Africa just before the day of the inauguration ceremony, nursing the disappointment of losing the presidential election on his third attempt. Raila Amolo Odinga was born on 7th January 1945 to Mary Juma Odinga and the country's first Vice President, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. He could not resist the tug of politics, but after several arrests, he fled to Norway. He returned in 1992 and joined the Forum for the Restoration of Democracy, FORD. The party later split into two to become Ford Asili, which was led by Kenneth Matiba, and Ford Kenya, led by Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. This is a party through which Raila secured the position of Lang'ata Member of Parliament. Raila later quit Ford Kenya and joined the National Development Party (NDP), under which he ran for president for the first time in 1997. He finished third after incumbent President Daniel Arap Moi and Democratic Party candidate Mwai Kibaki. He then agreed to a merger between his NDP and Moi's KANU party and even went on to become Secretary General of KANU. However, in 2002, President Daniel Arap Moi pulled a surprise move by endorsing the then 38-year-old Uhuru Kenyatta as his successor.
Na huyu ni Uhuru Kenyatta.
Raila and members of the Liberal Democratic Party and Mwai Kibaki's National Alliance Party of Kenya walked out of the party and went on to form the National Rainbow Alliance. Raila agreed to shelve his political ambitions, at least temporarily, and with his backing, Mwai Kibaki secured the presidency.
Mwai Kibaki, naapa kwamba.
But Kibaki did not fulfill his promises to Raila, leading to a split in cabinet that saw Raila oppose the proposed constitution. The government lost the referendum and President Kibaki sacked the entire cabinet. When it was reassembled, Raila and the entire LDP group were left out. This led them to form the Orange Democratic Movement, a party that would provide the vehicle for Raila Odinga's second stab at the presidency in 2007. When the Electoral Commission declared Kibaki president after a disputed election, Raila and Kibaki ended up signing a power-sharing agreement that saw Raila take up the position of Prime Minister, yet he felt keenly the fact that he was second in command.
Sana mnaibi dada sio angewekewa alafu na nusu kapeti namna hii nusu mkeka alafu anasema hao wanakuheshimu. Hakuna respect.
Determined to make it to the top, in 2013, Raila threw his hat in the ring once more. He would lose to Uhuru Kenyatta, who on 9th of April was sworn in as the fourth president of Kenya.
Hiyo ishara ya kwamba
the swearing-in ceremony marking the end of the premiership of a man often perceived as a kingmaker, never to become the king. Now retreating to ponder over what the future holds for him. The removal of the signage in what used to be Raila Odinga's office during his term as Prime Minister, now replaced with the signage of the Deputy President, telling a tale of a man who has tried over and over again to ascend to the highest seat in the land, and though he would come close, he would never quite take over the reins of power. Wilkis Anyabwa, KTN in Nairobi.